And thank you very much for allowing me to speak with you. I don't get a lot of time to actually meet local people who are as attentive as you are, so thank you so very much. Uh, Really, exemplary vertical applications, we simplified it to EVA. And the reason why we did that, one, I'm a Christian, and I believe, based on book I believe in, EVA is the mother of us all, regardless where we come from, who we are. And that's why I called my company to be EVA, because we want to preserve the earth, but also we want to improve the overall quality of life of our people. I remember when I visited Hollywood, I stood up on that observatory hill and I took a look in Los Angeles. And it was an afternoon and it was hard to see what it is in there. It's because of what people were doing, our habits, that just the pollution that was in the air. So, and then the idea started, but I didn't know where to start. I was in school, I was new in the country, I didn't know where to begin. Then I joined the army, I traveled the world, and then I started seeing some cool stuff, and then I'm like, how do I package all this and deliver it in Fayetteville? I have a home here, I live here, I love it here, and the reason I love Fayetteville is it's almost nothing, but it is everything, and the potential is just, where I see Fayetteville becoming 10, 15 years, 20 years from now, it's a nice place, but I would like it to keep its integrity, but be more healthier, be better, and improve both finance and the environment of our city because it's a unique place with what we have. So that's a little bit, how do I go forward? Touch this? Oops, oh, here.
Yep, there you go.
There you go. So our company is going to have 4 divisions. And there's another one we're trying to add to it, which is going to be the 5th. But the very first one we are today going to focus on is green transportation platforms. It's important that you see it's platforms. It's not just one platform. Because there is no way you can use one platform to address the transportation needs of a city. We have to do variety. But we started with individual. So if you take a look over there, we have like 5 models. And those 5 models, they're going to serve 5 specific needs. The number 1, we're going to work with the law enforcement with a police-specific motorcycle. And that is geared towards our local enforcement. When you look at the inventory of local police officers and their old motorcycles, they are old and they're outdated. Why not give them something cool and they're easy to operate? You're looking at to ride any of those, spend about $1 to $2 every 100 miles you ride. $2. So, and then we have scooters. The scooters, you can get on it, I can get on it. She did ride it last, like a month ago, and she wanted one.
I'm not riding this one.
Yes, and then I ride this all the time because I ride this in the elevator, in the grocery store, inside the mall. It is legal and you don't need there's no pollution coming out of it. And the second area where we're going to focus on is going to be the construction materials. But right now we have both departments ready to go. So if you look again next to it, we have what we call foldable and deployable cabins. These, they're foldable. You fold them, you can put about 12 of them on one container, and there you can drop them from air. So like people in Texas right now, they will love those. And the reason why we did that is so if the roads are navigable, how are you going to provide a home to the people? Me being in the military, some of these ideas came from all the hardship. Sometimes I have my soldiers and I can't provide a place for them to be, and the little tent will come, and in the morning you'll find the dust and snakes and everything else. We came up with the idea from those. And they're solar powered, so lights are solar. Your air conditioning is solar in there. You even have a TVs and a radio if you need it to, and it's completely independent. Now think about the logistic support you have to put to if you're building a regular tent city for refugees or displaced people. The biggest cost on it is how you move the generators, and oils, and all that stuff. So why don't we use science and technology to take all that out and provide something green? Those are recyclable, and if you buy one or you don't need anymore, once we all set up, we're gonna have a recycling place where you can bring your old home, we shred it down, and we build you a new one from your old one. But that's down the road. And then we're going to work on building solar hybrid AC units. I don't know if you own a business, but how much money do you spend on your electric bill, heating or cooling your home or place of business? A lot. Here, you're looking about a unit that is going to save you a minimum of 60% of your bill. On a very high peak area, you're going to 80 or better. So right now we have 9 to 24 BTUs, and we are working with engineers to improve that, now go from 16 to 36,000 BTUs. That's our next generation. And then we're going to work with innovative vertical and smart parking system. I believe every war men have a fight for each other. If it's not for love, it's for land. And if we are growing and building these cars and we have a need for parking space, how are we going to solve that? Are we going to keep building that way, or we have to find a way to conserve our land? And that's the whole idea. You'll get to see how we're going to solve that in the future. So now 2 departments are up. Our homes are going to be built from panels. These are green recyclable panels. 3-4 days you can have 2,500 square feet home built in 4 days or a week, because everything is pre-manufactured, complete green, fireproof, soundproof, and waterproof products. Now this here is our 10-step process. This is from start to finish how we build our motorcycles. So regardless of whichever model, there is a 10-step. And what I'm trying to do is get this 10-step actually approved through some school and program. I will need the help of getting that, and be a standalone curriculum that college students or even high schoolers can take and get a certification, which will lead them to be employed in our company right up on graduation. It's a 10-step, easy to follow, and you get out understanding how electric motorcycles work. These are our samples. You can get these today. They are available on our website and for sale. This is a big size, like a Kawasaki type or Honda CBR, and then that is like a Ducati version of it, and it's fully electric. You're looking about 50 miles an hour, and one charge will give you anywhere from 45 to 60 miles per one charge. And that's where that cost of $1 to $2 ratio I was talking about. It's the capacity and the engine we have in these vehicles. These are construction green material. What I'm talking about with those panels, this home is built on those panels. And this home, as big it is, it only took a week and a half to build in Australia. And look how it's a modern, cool design. There's a feature inside the home, and the cost was phenomenal. This is how you can go completely solar. All you would need is a 30 kilowatt on-grid solar system. We have everything you need to be able to go from electric to solar using this system. This is how we're going to solve the parking issue. You're talking about 18 cars parked in 10 by 10 meters. So if you guys do real estate, how much space do you need to park 10 cars conventionally? Bigger than 10 meters, right?
Love you.
And we're going to go through phases. If we have everything we need in place, we're looking in order to hire people from 100 to 300 by first year. And these are people going to work in all departments, so sales, assembly, marketing, you name it, it's all going to be there. Right now we are researching and developing on how to improve our police motorcycle, the next generation. We're looking between 65 miles an hour to 80, and we are developing a new motor to get to the upgrade we need. And we're going now to trying to bring these compartments and parts we need to actually build assembly plant here in Fayetteville. And from there, after we have gained a foothold in Fayetteville, we're going to try to move out like a Wilmington, Charlotte area, opening dealerships and so on. And then we'll have parts and services to attach to those areas where we're going to be. This is our website. If you go to our website, you will see our models. And to make all this happen, of course, we need some funding. But I want you to understand that we are not into business of taking over businesses. We're in the business of building partnerships. So we're not taking out regular AC guys. We adding a product line in their inventory. So we don't want to tell people, oh, no, get away from the old way you've been doing this, but we're just giving them alternative. And we want to partner with them in order to add a product. We're not here to take out the car dealership or motorcycle dealership, we're just adding a product line. We need to work with them and provide them with these additional better ways, I would say, and also economical way to do that. So any question you might have, I'd be happy to answer.
Eric, will you read the website address?
Yeah, it's ncelectricbikes.com.
Thanks.
So Eric, the homes that you have, you say they're green. What are they made of?
We think about this. When you build a stick-built home, you got frame, insulations, all these plumbing stuff, all this stuff, and each of these stuff is coming from different places, and you need a different skill set to be able to do all this stuff. So the idea was, why don't you get all this stuff and make it in one panel, and you're just moving the panel to build a home.
So it's not necessarily green material?
Oh no, it is completely green because what you call it, it is, we use recyclable papers, wood, and what you call it. It is another component. It's a foam that is made out of, there's a company in Australia that makes it, and that foam is what binds everything together. So, but I don't have the technical specs of it, but it is done, it's a water, wood, paper, and then a foam we put in between it to create the ceiling or insulation in between.
Can you paint it?
Yes, we can paint it for you, or we can bring it where it's not painted. That way you can do your own painting. But you can actually get this pen already painted to your liking, and all you have to do is just put it together.
That foam is fire resistant.
That was my question.
What do you say?
The foam is it fire resistant?
It is fire resistant, waterproof, soundproof.
Windproof?
How about the wind?
The wind will come, but you're good because you can, I think it's rated at under 8 magnitude. So earthquake, you will be able to resist under 8 magnitude earthquake. Yeah, it will be able to withstand that. And we're trying to improve that. If we add like steel frames in this, your home will be almost, somebody would need a rifle to go through.
But if it's steel, is that the environmentally friendly green?
And
product?
that's why we really don't want to get into it. But if somebody requests it, we have that option.
How much it costs per square foot?
It depends really. I go by the complete home. So there is 3 homes. That one was built, it's a 25, another one was a 35, another one was for 45 square foot. And for the 25, one cost 120,000. And for the next one, it was 210, and the next one was 340. So they are very economical. But once we get everything we need here, the price is going to even be cheaper because you don't have to pay the shipping cost.
Does that price include all plumbing, electric?
Everything.
Turnkey?
So when do we make this panel? The plumbing system, it comes within the wall system. Everything comes in the wall system. So all you have to do is find, every partner is going to have like a label, say water or your plumbing system, your wiring. So you can easily be able to say, okay, my wires are this line and my plumbing stuff are in here. And if you need to replace it, you remove it. I don't have because I thought it was just 6 minutes. I have a complete video of how home is built from start to end. And it's 17 minutes long. So if you go to the website and see my email and they send to me, I will send you everything you need to see so you can actually see it being built. It takes you concrete foundation to cure, a long time to cure, and then actually the days you spend building the home.
How long does it take to design the home? So
Right now,
right panels and everything.
Right now, you tell us what you need, and you get with our technical guy, and you get on a computer modeling, and they design everything. Once you approve, it's send it to us, and then we take everything and send it to the engineers and start working on it. In the future, we're designing up where you'll be able to get on your phone, and just choose whatever models you want, and then once you finish, the app is gonna come right into a production area, and it's done. It just does simply.
And that's included in that 120,000
Yeah.
price?
Yep.
And then my next question is, what's the cost margin for EVA for delivering a 2,500 square foot house? How much?
For real, right now, we are looking about times 3 on everything.
So you're making 300%?
No, like let's say if our product is $1,000, if it's a retail $1,000, our cost could be $400.
I see. So you have about 60-something
Yeah.
percent profit margin. And that's sourcing the materials and everything?
Yes.
Have you considered approaching entities like Habitat for Humanity?
Those are the companies we're trying to get into, because really my desire is to build fast home in Fayetteville if I get everything I need. And this is going to be a duplex which has 4 homes joined together. And this is going to be a home for the domestic violence victim and the homeless vets. And this home is going to be completely it's going to be a museum, but also a home for these people I just said about. And the part of working with Habitat and other people who build it for low-income families are people I need to partner with them. But then again, I don't know how to do so. I did try to call a couple companies downtown, and they were like, oh, we can put you on our list, and maybe next time we'll talk. And it is still a new idea. It's a new concept, and it's hard to explain something for somebody if you have not seen it before. When I started talking to people about the electric motorcycles, a lot of people were like, how you charge it? use your own home appliance system. So, oh, but Tesla, you have to buy this big bulky charging. I'm like, I'm not Tesla. So, but when I got the models I have, and they ride it in town, I show them my chargers and show people, people are starting to buy our product. People are starting to say, oh, it's possible. And every time I go, like, right around the mall, I hear things like, is that really real? It's from Star Wars? Who is that guy? But they never seen it. And it, to me, really is all I wanted to do is just show people it is a different way you can do things, and it's a better way, but or just an improved way. Yes.
When I was looking at your website, it says right now that in North Carolina they don't can't insure or register electric motorcycles, and they have to go under 25 miles an hour. Are you planning on approaching lawmakers to change those laws?
The laws, I'm working with what you call the economic development, the Fayetteville and the Cumberland County Economic Development people. Right now, you don't need to insure it, you don't need to register it, as long as you are under the 25 miles. And that's why we focusing on the police-specific model, because once the police approved, yes, we need this, and then we'll be able to work with lawmakers to be able to get all our other products approved. So that is our entry strategy, is if we can satisfy the lawmakers, the law enforcers, and give them something faster to be able to control the other ones, then we have secured the entry point. Our scooter right now will give you 25 miles, so it's good to go. Our one wheel, if you want to go 25 miles on that one, be my guest. The fastest I ever been on it was like a 15 miles. So I wouldn't advise it to go 25 miles on that one. I get on the sidewalk, like when I go to work, everybody is stuck in traffic, I just get on the sidewalk. I go. Yes, sir.
But getting back to the homes again, the materials that you use have some excellent qualities, but what is the deterioration rate?
Oh, it's a longer than the stick-built home. The stick-builder home right now is 60 to 65. Ours is 75 to 90. I mean, we built one home and it was tested in Melbourne, Australia. Australia has the harshest weather condition you can imagine. So what we did the fire testing. We put gasoline in there. We put like what you call the propane tanks and everything else. And they lit the fire. The smoke came out. The fire was so bad in the house, but it took, even to get just the first layer of the wall to be colored, to have the color on, it took 4 hours. Try doing that in your home.
So if your house catches on fire, how do you get out and how do the firemen get in?
It is.
They just recycle it, they don't.
I don't know, it's just really scary.
Go out with the doors.
What do you mean, like how you get out?
You
Well,
have doors and windows, why would you get out the door? with
they don't
windows?
always come out the doors and windows. I mean, smoke is what kills most people in fires, correct?
Yeah, but you have to have your smoke detectors in there.
Yeah,
We
why
have
would
a
you
smoke
have
detectors in there,
So
and
you rely on that instead.
You certainly rely on
I
that.
guess I'm just really.
so it's like if you get if I hope it never happens to you, because I've been in a burning house before, and it was not some place you want to be, but I had to get in there because I had to do something, and a few times actually I've been through that experience a few times. But if a fire will come in, how would you get out? You run out, right? Same thing, you know.
The firemen.
The fireman actually will be much easier with the fireman because it's a panels. They are sandwich panels. They're interlocking panels. And if that ever happens, you can come and recycle the product. While when you're buying on home, you have to start anew. But if you catch a fire with our products, you bring it back to the factory once we are 100% operational, and goes through refurbishing process, and you can either upgrade your panels or we can refurbish your old one and bring back to your house so you don't have to spend months and months and years waiting to rebuild your home.
So you've talked to people with regulations, I'm sure there's different regulations in North Carolina and California.
Yes.
And this is all past all regulations.
You're looking at 7-star. The best ratings that you have out there now is a 5. You're looking at 7-star rating.
Like, the best is 5 and you have 7 here.
So it's above whatever you have as standards out there. It passed any 5. A lot of homes are not waterproofed. That's why your insurance company, they don't give you, flood insurance? Because there's no way to with the regular homes, there is no way ready to protect from water. You have waterproof system.
So what's the, because you mentioned earthquakes and things like that, does that apply to hurricanes as well?
Yes.
And what grounds the house? You still making a...
For the disaster, because you're looking at construction and disaster department. So what we did is, let's build this home as if we are already in emergency situation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't build something and then something happens and then let's go start from design to end. Let's start, we are under attack. What kind of home you need? That was my word to my engineers. We're like, we are underwater, building is burning, you're running out, I want a house from there. No before, when you're in that situation. Design, build something for me to respond to that issue. Not before, but during. What would you do? And that's how the idea of waterproofing, earthquake and stuff that came.
So is it temporary housing or
No.
is it permanent housing?
I mean, you just saw this one, huh? Oops. That look temporary too?
No.
Yeah. We have a disaster or what we call emergency cabins. Those are foldable ones. Those are more pick and go, and those are only $20,000. So you can fold it, put it in the back of your trailer, and go camping Molo Beach or in the woods somewhere, and bring it back if you wanted to. And you're good to go. But for these ones, this is like Papa, Mom, Grandpa, permanent address. It's built that way. Now, if Papa and Mom want to go from Minnesota to California, but they love their housing design, we have another process where we can come and dismantle everything or disassemble everything and take it to wherever you want. But that is 5-10 years from today.
So
Could we put in a rush order for one before Monday or whenever we're test it out?
No, right now you're looking for 30 to 45 days for me to be able to get something to you.
So Eric, what's from the different areas that you mentioned in the company, what's available today?
This is available right now. So like some of you are like, how does it work? But this, your house will come at that small. It expands.
It's motorized in terms of how it expands?
No, we have a police. We have a police system that we hook on it. Crank it up, the house rises. This
How
is
high can you go?
How far can you go?
How high?
Oh no, you're looking between a 20-foot container or 40-foot container. So that is the
Disaster.
situation.
This is for the disaster.
This is for
This
disaster
is not
relief.
This is not a
So
living home. This is
for
disaster
this
relief.
house, just imagine it's whatever size your home is, we can build that.
You can go
And
single
for
story.
like a specialty homes, what you're looking at, this is in somebody's bedroom, and these are bulletproof windows.
That's the special ops side coming in.
Yeah. So these are bulletproof.
So Eric, how big are the disaster containers?
How big?
Yes.
20, we have a two versions. We have a 20-foot and a 40-foot.
And then the room segmentation that happens in there?
Those are the panels I told you about. We bring the panels and place them however you want it to be.
I see.
If it's true.
So if you needed to have it for wheelchair accessibility.
Yes, so we thought about that too. We have a ramp we build for people with a wheelchair.
Right.
Right, yeah, that's fabulous.
I was wondering, have you thought about doing, you know how people are moving to tiny houses?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you thought about like packaging stuff like something like that? A tiny house and just have it like, this is a tiny house for the market or, because people are going,
They are.
they're going down now, minimizing things, especially with baby boomers.
Yeah, and I think our cabins, they will respond to that.
So weight-wise, how it fare with concrete to your material?
What are you saying?
Weight,
Weight?
yeah, cubic foot.
Now, those are technical data, really. Unless I have my sheet, I can't get into it. But you'll be okay. You'll be there. The concrete is designed to respond to whatever weight or specification you might need.
So how many customers have you guys had to date on the bikes and then as well as the houses?
The bikes are selling me as Eva, we started in April.
Okay.
We're in a startup company. We started in April, and since April, I brought the first vehicles here about a month and a half ago. And that's when I met Kent, and that's when she started out. And since then, I have sold 8. I have sold 8 scooters.
What is that retail for?
This one retails for $1,600, and the scooters are retailing for $1,900.
Sebastian's gonna have one. I gotta get to the meeting.
And then in terms of how do you plan to get your customers in terms of the bikes? I'm assuming that's the main thing that's selling right now.
Yes, so we really want to focus on the social media. Like, we want to have a storefront for people to be able like, oh, this works, oh, that's real, I see it. But we want to do a lot of online campaign.
And then for the 100,000 to the 5 million, that's a big gap.
Yes.
So in terms of what's the plan for that?
If I have 5 million today, I'll build the first Fayetteville green home community.
Community.
Yeah.
So you're talking about
I'll be
buying
able
land.
to devote, if I'm looking about $100 per house, and I have 5 million, imagine how many I can sell, or I can build.
Right.
Yeah.
So Eric, what can the community do for you?
You can tell people about us. You can train and coach, because this is it's a paradigm shift. You're asking people to, okay, I don't have to go to the gas station, but that is what they've been doing for the past however long.
So we have to make, because awareness.
Awareness is the key. So really, I'm not looking to sell product. I'm looking to educate, and whether a person decides to buy or not is their decision. But I am educating right now, and I'm making things available, but is it their decision to make? Go ahead.
Eric, Colonel, I appreciate the fact that you built this underneath the green umbrella. what is the disposal process for all these batteries now, with all the electric stuff coming up? I hear it's poisoning countries all over the world now.
It depends on whatever, again, it goes to what material you use when you build these batteries, and it depends on how you assist people to recycle them. So that's why part of us and having a physical location is to be able to assist people with the recycling process. I don't want people to throw the batteries out. They're very expensive. I want it back, and I'm taking them back a price. I'm not just recycling them. I'm buying it back from them because I need the cover and the systems in there to be able to improve them for the next client. So that is the whole idea. But you're right, some people are not careless about these products, but they could be sometimes hazardous. But with having a physical location, now you know, oh, I need to upgrade, or I don't need it, or it's old. I can turn it into Eva ink and get a new one. And when I turn it in, I get a voucher or a discount or something in turn. Because I need those technologies in those batteries. They're hard to make and they're expensive.
Can I ask one last question?
Yes.
So, in
That
terms
was
of-
your last question.
in order to get to where you are today, because I'm assuming, right, if you're offering these products, that's required some sort of arrangement with these engineers, like how are these people getting paid? What's the, and I'm thinking about this in terms of if you're raising capital for specific products, like let's say the housing may attract a lot of capital versus the bikes or whatever. So is there like a break even, like I need to sell a certain amount of bikes to maintain my engineers in this space, improving those motorcycles, or is this all sweat equity? You guys are just kind of working together and invested in the company.
Well, as you're looking at this company this now, it's all self-funded. I
Okay.
put all my money into it to get where it is right now. I have some signed contract with the engineers, and there's some factories that make some of the parts I need, but I have it to maintain a certain level of buying from them. So let's say per year, I have it to buy 100 units.
Okay.
So let's say for an engineer, he might say, okay, I'm gonna develop this for you, but I need this X of dollar amount. Or I'm gonna do this for you, but fund this project for me. So like for the battery, that was a big problem. I had to pay one semester, I had to fund one engineer who was going for PhD research programs. I had to fund him, his trip, everything else. So, and that's why when I say I need funding,
Unconventional.
I'm looking for unconventional funding. Because it's not just like, oh, Eric, you need my money. I need your brain too. I need your friendship. I need to understand how you're doing what you're doing. Because conventionally, right now, we haven't been in a business for 2 years. We won't qualify for a regular bank loan. So when I say unconventional, I'm talking about expertise. I'm talking about brain power. I'm talking about other things than actual
fund.
funding. But I have my own money that, I'm not a rich person, but I have enough, and I have invested enough to be able to make the business go the way it is.
Got it.
All right, Eric, thank you so much. Let's give him a round